A story that has no winners. It's the story of a mental health system so broken, so uneven, that it's putting the public in danger. Case in point, the tragedy of a local father killed by a man who drove his car into that father and his two young sons as they were out riding their bikes in New Tampa. Today, the parents of the man behind the wheel of that car say their son's long battle with mental illness is the reason he did what he did. And they tell us that the state failed their son, failed their family, and most of all, failed the victim's family, now left without a father and without a husband. Here's what the parents of Mikese Morese said earlier today.
We knew that we had a son with an untreated medical condition for which we couldn't get help.
So tonight, ABC Action News reporter J.J. Burton is going in depth on this topic, exposing the loopholes in the treatment of mental illness here in Florida. And he's talking with local experts about what could have been done to prevent this tragedy and what lawmakers are currently working on that could help families in the future.
We have a lot of passion about this.
Khadijah and Michael Morese are the parents of 33-year-old Mike Morese. In 2018, he plowed into a father and his two sons riding their bikes. The father died. The boys were injured. According to a doctor, Morese is schizophrenic. His parents say he had a mental break.
My son never committed a crime in 30 years.
No.
He's never committed a crime before this incident, okay? And his medical condition caused this incident.
His parents say the system failed, and so does state attorney Andrew Warren.
And everything that we tried to do to prevent something from happening fell on deaf ears. And the only services that are available are after you commit a crime. What is wrong with this picture? And 3 years later, hold on, 3 years later, we're still having the same conversation.
According to Natasha Pierre, the Morese family is one of thousands across the state and millions across the country having the same conversation.
Unfortunately, that's the state of our system.
And she's the executive director of the National Alliance on Mental Illness in Hillsborough County.
It is a community issue. It's a statewide national issue. And mental health isn't occurring in a silo. Every person impacted by mental health is connected to a family that needs support.
Natasha told me that support is education, therapy, more training for law enforcement officers, and funding for housing and more facilities.
We need more facilities for that in-between phase, that transition phase between the emergency and when they're able to lead a healthy and fulfilling life.
And she says a facility like that might have been able to prevent Mikese from driving into that father and his sons. ABC Action News did some digging and found out there's several bills dealing with mental health being debated right now in Tallahassee. The strongest one is House Bill 405. If it becomes law, mental health facilities won't be able to just let someone leave without some sort of counseling and post-checkout assistance.
I'm optimistic that it's only going to get better from here.
In Tampa, J.J. Burton, ABC Action News.